All right. Hi, my name is Travis Lindsay. I'm here for the Center for Entrepreneurship at Cal State Fullerton. And with me today is Wade Martin. And we're going to talk about SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship. But before that, Wade, he's a professor of economics, right, Wade?
Yes.
And
Yes.
director for the Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Cal State Long Beach. My dad went to that school. I went to Cal State Fullerton. I'm not sure which one is better or worse. Do you have an opinion on that, Wade? Which one's better, Cal State Long Beach or Cal State Fullerton?
Absolutely. I mean, it may be close, but Cal State Long Beach is obviously it's by the beach, of course.
Well, okay. We may have to fight over this the next time I'm in California, but okay. So Wade, please introduce yourself.
All right. As you said, I'm a professor of economics and director of the Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship since 2017. That's when the Institute was established. We're very excited about what we've been doing and this new transition into partnering with different Cal States universities in the system. So all 23 campuses, trying to get them engaged. I've been at Cal State Long Beach for a little over 20 years now. And I think the Cal State system is a hidden gem in the entrepreneur world, and that what we're able to do with events like SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurs is at least bring those CSUs that are in the Southern California area together to partner and bring in other universities like Concordia and UCI
and Chapman and many others. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. And some other organizations in the area as well.
So it's very exciting. Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is really exciting. One of the things that excites me is you were talking about some of the work that you do at the Institute. Maybe you could talk about that, and maybe as it relates to where you see the state of entrepreneurship in Southern California and how it fits in the greater world economy context.
Right. Over the years, we've created many programs trying to be there to support and mentor entrepreneurs, both students on campus, providing opportunities for faculty and staff, but we also work in the community. So we're not just a resource within the campus boundaries. We work outside the campus as well. We were one of the founding partners of the Long Beach Accelerator to try to work with startups that are looking to scale and here in Southern California. And what we're really trying to do is to create an ecosystem that will bring together all the resources needed for these entrepreneurs to succeed, whether they're starting a small business or they're the next unicorn out there. We want to make sure that they know where the resources are, they have access and expertise, that we have mentors and investors that they can work to or look to and get the support they need. Yeah. This is for small businesses as well as those looking to scale.
Right. Well, yeah, and I think people watching this, they intuitively know that most of the businesses that get started are small businesses. They're not on that fast track to hyper growth of becoming a $1 billion unicorn. Or maybe if you're watching this, you're thinking the opposite. But no, I mean, I think it's like 99% of companies. I mean, they're starting off thinking, okay, small business route, maybe medium business down the road, and grow and not, become worth $1 billion in 5 years.
Right. Less than 1% of all startups actually receive venture capital money. So it's that Facebook example or Amazon. Those are the anomalies, not the rule. Yeah. Most of these businesses start with a $5,000 investment.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, a good heuristic on that front is that most small businesses don't get major motion pictures made out about their starting.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's probably a good indication that if you're watching a movie with you know, some pretty big name stars in it about a business starting up, probably didn't start off as, you know, with the idea of just being a small business, just
Right.
you know, long term. Okay, so then why join us or why join everybody else on SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship? Why do you think that this is an important event to help build that entrepreneurial ecosystem?
I think what was created with SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship is a means to bring together like-minded individuals, service providers, people that are just thinking, is this really for me? And to hear different panels, different speakers that talk about their experience, different resource providers that say, hey, we can help you in this way. I think that there really can't be too many of these events. I think people need the confidence to take that first step. And an event like SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship gives them that confidence. Say, hey, that person's not so different than me. I have an idea. I can make it work. I understand this sector of the economy. And I think that there's power in those numbers, bringing together all the service providers, bringing together the experienced entrepreneurs, whether they've started that small business or have achieved certain milestones of success. I think gives people, like I said, that confidence to know that they can do it themselves. And so what we're trying to do at the Institute is to provide that incentive, that confidence, and expose people to this type of network. One of the biggest things in being an entrepreneur is having a strong network, strong group of people you can reach out to when you encounter a challenge in your growth or encounter certain roadblocks in the way. People have dealt with them before, so you learn from those people.
Yeah, and one of the things that, you know, pops into my mind when thinking about SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship in the context of building out that ecosystem is that the universities tend to serve the role as one of those major nodes in a bunch of different networks, right? So with investors connected with them, with the mentors that you were talking about, I know at Cal State Fullerton, we have about 1,000 mentors in our community that we could go to and ask for you know, help in different areas. And it's not only that, but it does help businesses of all different sizes and helps you know, bridge the gap from just starting out to, you know, building that small business to maybe even taking that that chance and trying to go the venture route, right?
Exactly. And, you know, and the connection to local economic development is critical. So you believe in your community, you want economic strength in the community, small businesses account for, I think, something like 2/3 of all new jobs created. And so there are just so many advantages to supporting entrepreneurs in this area. And the advantages aren't just to those entrepreneurs, it spills over into the whole community.
Yeah, 100%. So would I be wrong in saying that you think pretty much anybody who is a student, who's interested in entrepreneurship, who is in any way connected to the innovation of the area, should be interested in SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship, attending that event on March 9th, 2024, if anybody was interested?
Yes, I think that it's important for, you know, whether you're working at a corporate job, you're working for somebody, the real strength of the economy is innovation. And if you can be exposed to innovators, creatives, and understand that there's entrepreneurs that are making a difference by creating businesses, but there are also entrepreneurs that are working in companies that innovate within that company structure. that make that company stronger, help grow the economy that way. And so I think this exposure to these entrepreneurs, to these stories, to these creatives becomes a very important tool for everybody, because you're really building that strength, and it transitions into helping your current employer grow, helping, like I said, the local economy. So it's just a real win-win situation for everybody involved.
Yeah, the innovation and growth of every company is, I think, largely dependent on how large their network is. So, attending SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship, getting involved at the Institute, getting involved at the CSUF Startup Incubator, great way to start expanding that network and getting out and seeing more opportunities. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity also. It's not that you're coming to the Fullerton campus on March 9th just to see a bunch of academics talk about entrepreneurship and theories of entrepreneurship or something. You're actually talking with entrepreneurs. You're meeting with investors. You can be exposed to the whole system. Yes, there are academics there, people that teach entrepreneurship, and there's that contribution. But there's also the contribution from lived experiences that you can learn a lot from at these events. And like you say, build your network more extensively and support your local community.
Right. Yeah. And one of the other people that I did an interview recently with for this was talking about how entrepreneurs are lifelong learners. And so it doesn't just necessarily mean, sitting in a classroom listening to Wade or me talk about, in Wade's case, economics. My case, it would have been, leadership and business planning and all that fun stuff. And I genuinely do find all that stuff fun. But it's also, hearing entrepreneurs talk about what they've gone through, hearing from the perspective of the investors, from the CPAs of startups, from the people who were the number 10 employee at a startup that grew to be worth $1 billion and then, burned out in 18 months. I mean,
Yes.
all those stories are really interesting, and not only that, but can really help you, build your own business or build your own career out better, right?
Absolutely. And I think one thing everybody hears about is how do I get started? What's that first step? And the first step is really attending these kind of events, because it helps you refine your ideas. It helps you get feedback on your ideas and gives you, like I said, the confidence to move forward.
Very good. Wade, before I let you go, I'd be remiss if I did not ask you the question that I ask everybody. This just makes my job as an interviewer so much easier, just having that one question to go to at the end that everybody answers, and it just kind of, connects all the interviews together a little bit. So what advice do you have, or what advice do you give to your students who are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs, or just anyone in general who is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur?
That's challenging just to pick one, but one
Right.
of the biggest problems that I've seen in the teams I work with is they try to be secretive about what they're doing. They say, "Oh, somebody's going to steal my idea." And I always encourage them, the more people you talk to, talking to your potential customers, talking to people in the market, people aren't out there looking to steal your idea unless you don't follow it up. So I always try to encourage them to share their idea, because it only gets better with input. But you're going to hear people give you advice that will be conflicting. So you have to have a true vision and determination about what you want to do, but use that advice to help refine that vision. And so sharing your idea, and that's why you go to these networking events and say, "Oh, I'm thinking of creating this app that will do whatever in the fintech world." Talk to people about it. They may know of somebody that's already done it, and that tells you something about the market. Or they may have advice, "Oh, I've been looking for something that has this functionality." So it's always a good idea to share your idea.
Yeah.
Don't share how you're going to do it, but share what you're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, entrepreneurship is as much an information game as it is anything else. The more that you know about your customers, about the space that you're in, your competitors, everything, it helps. And I've seen businesses raise rounds based off of who their advisors are.
Exactly.
So yeah, and great advice about all of that. One small caveat, allegedly, you know, the Winklevoss twins, and you know, tying it back in with Facebook from earlier.
Yes.
You know, maybe don't share your great idea for a social network with a young Mark Zuckerberg who's still at Harvard. But other than that, yeah, I mean, 100%. And you know, just thinking about it rationally for a bit. I mean, if it's taking you that long to work on an idea, do you think somebody else, after hearing it, is just going to launch it within, you know, the next couple of weeks or whatnot? I mean, that's not how it works. It's hard.
The biggest example I've seen of when ideas have been taken is when people don't move forward with their idea. So the next year something could happen and they say, "Oh, that was my idea." Well, you didn't do anything for a year. So others can have that idea as well.
Yeah, that's that's another great piece of advice about making progress and timing. And I mean, there's so much that goes into it, and we're going to talk about all this stuff at the SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship event. It'll be at the Titan Student Union at Cal State Fullerton on March 9th, 2024. That's a Saturday, so we hope to see you there. And Wade, thank you very much for doing this interview with me today.
Great. Thank you for putting all these interviews together, Travis. This is great.
My pleasure. Happy to do it.